Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Ladynoble 365. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything needs more about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, or future you or someone around you. So take the resonance, leave the rest for someone else. This is generally it's not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'm happy to assist you with doing so. And that turn was a tool. It's not the final rule. It's a good idea to have mental cup. We all let you know this channel. We really want to see what's up. Thank you for your support. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. The download I'm getting while I'm reading this is let them assume. Let them assume. Let me put all those out. Let them assume and let them think what they want, collective. The message I'm getting is let them assume and let them think whatever they want to think, okay? So basically, Spirit is saying, come out of the energy of wanting to always defend yourself. Learn to pick your battles. You can't spend your energy and time trying to defend yourself. People are going to think whatever they want to think. Get into the habit of not being concerned. As a matter of fact, it is none of your business what anyone thinks of you. You can use that as an affirmation. It is none of my business what anyone thinks of me. Spirit is saying, do not waste your energy and your time proving a point to people, because there is nothing to prove. You are all uniquely, individually, divinely created. You are supposed to be different. Your life path and mission and experiences does not have to appear, look, or be demonstrated to mimic anyone else's life or lifestyle. So let them think what they want, okay? Starting off with the Six of Wands here. The Six of Wands energy representing victory, accomplishment, and success. And so you could have people possibly, wanting to gossip and slander your character because the energy of being very well accomplished, very successful. You could be someone who is a musician. You could be world renowned. You could be a celebrity. You could be starting a podcast. You could be on social media, modeling, acting, dancing. You could be successful in your career, in your neighborhood, very popular, well known in your family. You could be hood renowned, okay? Well known in your family, loved and liked, spoke positively about. Even behind your back, there are people lifting you up, okay? And so there could also be an opposing energy, someone, a person, or a group of people, maybe 2 to 3, hoping for your downfall, or maybe gathering because the only thing they have in common is they envy you, collective. But you're busy being celebrated. Spirit wants you to stay focused on your growth and development. It is none of your business what the naysayers think about you. It is none of your business what any opposing energy that anyone has regarding you. It is none of your business, and there's no reason to prove a point. If you ever hear about somebody gossiping or spreading a rumor about you, let it be. Nature takes care of its own. It's been doing it forever, for decades, for eons and eons. And we witness nature taking care of its own each and every season. And so Spirit is saying, continue to do that. Stay focused on you. Their goal is to derail you. Their goal is to get you upset. Their goal is to get you to a state where you're unfocused and you'll stop being celebrated and you'll stop focusing on your accomplishments. This could be at work. Doesn't matter what your career is. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. I don't care if you work at a dollar store. You could be a hairdresser. You could be a barber, a nail tech. Okay. You could do daycare work. You could be a nurse aide. You could be a nurse. You could be an attorney. You could be a secretary. Okay. All right. This could be in your church. This could be any kind of organization or group or lifestyle. Okay. You are happy. There are people who will envy your contentment, envy the idea that you are independent, envy the idea that you are resourceful and you know how to hold your own. People become jealous of that. They become extremely jealous. And that's when you run into those incidents or people who don't make sense. People you don't know projecting negative energy or hate towards you. And you may scratch your head and say, well, I don't even know this person. What is it? It's your contentment. It's your peace. It's your ability to be resourceful. You're very self-efficient. You know how to do the adulting stage. There are adults who don't know how to do the adulting stage. And there's a lot of people, I did a reading on this other day, who are so unhealed. They're walking around unhealed. You know, Spirit says their soul needs to be nourished, unhealed, with the Nine of Wands here. You know, they need to persevere. The Nine of Wands represents the energy of being able and having the determination, to persevere. And this is your energy. You're able to persevere. You've been through some things, but you've overcame them things. And look at you now, male or female, gender is fluid and tarot. Okay, you've been there, done that. You've won the race. You've had your moments, but look at you now. Big total difference, major glow up, major glow up. Okay, but there's something about your energy or your aura, and also your presence, just your observation. When people observe you, when they watch you, it's the way you hold your head up high. It's in your conversation. It's in your walk. It's the way you, just the way you move, collector. It's your energy, baby. It's your energy. Okay, it's your energy. Very enthusiastic, very creative. Like I said, you know how to be confident, and you know how to live your life vibrantly, vivaciously, and you're proud to be you with the Queen. Okay, the Queen of Cups here. Okay, very intuitive, lots of compassion. Okay, very nurturing, lots of harmony in your life. Okay, and there's someone, a group of people, or a person, they don't have this harmony. They're unhealed, they're angry in the inside. A person can dress up and wear all the latest and the greatest high-end name brands, but be so miserable and so dark and angry on the inside. And it reflects in their conversation. It reflects on how they deal in life on a daily. It comes up like spoiled milk. Okay. It comes up. Okay. Meanwhile, you're making sure that you are mixing and mingling with people who want to present fairness and reciprocity to you. All are welcome on this channel. Okay? Doesn't matter what your belief is. Okay? All are welcome on my channel. But you're busy, you're only tuning into those things and people, places, and things that matches your frequency. And see, that's the great thing about this Nine of Wands. You're able to persevere. You're able to overcome. You've also gained a lot of wisdom through your experiences. You've learned a lot. You've gained a lot of knowledge. And it looks like you have took it and, changed your pain into pleasure. You changed your salt into sugar. You harnessed it with the Six of Wands and turned it into something positive for yourself. And so I'm picking up also, you're someone less likely, to deal with any negative or toxic energy. The moment that the moment that you see anyone, in that energy of toxicity, negative energy, low vibrational, infantile, very childlike, someone who just very dark, you're looking at him, just as she has her head turned, like who you? Who are you? Oh, I don't see you. You don't see me. Who are you? Who? Who? Oh, I don't see you. You don't see me. Okay. You're giving it none of your attention, and that can be very disturbing as well. You have this ability to tune out and ignore the naysayers. You have this ability to not allow it to affect you, and that really bothers people. It gets their gears grinding. The Spirit is saying that is too bad. That's another gift that you have. You know how to tune out the nonsense and stay focused with the Eight of Pentacles, on your work, on those passion projects, on your hobbies, on your skills, your family, your children. If you are a parent, you are busy, very determined, to enhance your life. We're put here, to complete a mission, and it's all different, each and every one of us. As I always say, uniquely, individually, divinely created. And so you're here to fulfill your mission, and you're not allowing anyone who doesn't know what their mission is to intercept what you have going on. Because we all will arrive at different times in our lives. And just because someone comes across your path who seems confused and don't know what to do, you're not letting them interrupt this. You could be maybe preparing to buy your first home. You're not letting them interrupt that. You may be starting your own business or brand. No one's going to interrupt that. You could be someone who's returned to school to further. You're not letting them interrupt that. You're like, look, I got 1 or 2 more semesters and I'm out of here. You have no energy or time to focus. The difference is the ability to respond and not respond, collective. When you have the knowledge and the wisdom to not respond to the goofy, that puts you 10 steps ahead in life. Knowing how to identify, that energy or that frequency is not for you, or that energy is something that is trying to intercept the positivity you have going on, flowing through you and around you, that makes a big difference. And the best thing you can do when you identify that any person, place, or thing does not resonate with you, collective, is tune them out and make sure you create as much space as possible between you and that person, place, or thing. Okay? Whether this is an environment, a person, or thing. Okay? Tune it out. You don't give your power away by arguing with people, spatting with people, or trying to explain or prove a point. I didn't say that. He say, she say. All that infantile, low vibrational nonsense. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. And you recognize this, and that's why the overflow is here with the Ace of Cups. This Ace in the Cups does not just represent money. This Ace in the Cups represents also an overflow of healthy relationships, the ability to communicate effectively, efficiently, which is very important. Knowing how to communicate, knowing how to delegate your affairs whenever you come across any situation in your life, whether it's positive or negative, knowing how to go through the adulting stage effectively and efficiently, but most of all, consistently. But this Ace of Cups is more than enough. This is an overflow of abundance and prosperity, good health, connections and relationships that have the reciprocity that is efficient and healthy for your well being. This is more than enough in many areas in your life. And it's because you are constantly doing the work. As I just said, you are acknowledging what's not for you. And you're making sure that you keep those ties severed. You're making sure that wedge stay in between what you know does not resonate with for you for your highest good. So this concludes the read. I trust and hope it assists you. Later.